Well, welcome back to Chineron. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my heat presses. I got in this for several reasons. I kind of wanted to make my own shirts, my own hats, and other things. But more importantly, I wanted to ID a lot of the stuff that I'm using, especially my work gloves. So you may have seen in some of my videos, I'd have my work gloves and I would have them ID'd. And I'd go ahead and heat transfer my ID right on the gloves. And I got a comment quite a while ago, is how strong are they and how long do they last? Well, here's an idea. I've done these ones here quite a while ago, I want to say over a year ago, and they've been subjected to grease and grime and they're still on there. And I use these gloves all the time when I'm working with oil and that type of thing. So, but I just wanted to kind of talk about what I have here. I bought them all for different reasons. The first one I got was this cup one here. And it worked okay. I just didn't have the right material. I learned a lot about how to make the cups, and I'm going to revisit this. But right now, this is a little bit out of my league at the moment, only because I got to have a special printer to do what I need to do. So I'm going to be coming back to this. Really nice little heat press. The second one I got was this tabletop one here, and this works good if you're doing shirts and that type of thing. If I was going to do the whole front of my shirt with Chineron and some things, this would be good for that. And it works good. It works fine. But my favorite is this hat press. Not only does this do hats, but you can do a lot of other things. I've done some gloves. I've done stockings with this. I've done shirts. I've done just the shirt sleeves themselves. I love this one here. This works very, very well. So, and I'll demonstrate this one here. The only thing that I had to do on this when I got it is I actually had to grind down the edges on here just a little bit, because I found that they were kind of biting into the hat just a little bit. So that's one thing I would recommend doing on that one there. And then the last one was this little iron-on one, and I'll have a link down below where all these go. This one here works really, really good, and I use this one a lot on the gloves themselves, because you really can't get the glove in these ones here. I suppose you could do it on here, but to get that that adhesive to go on there, you really need to use something like this. And so this one here works really well too. So I get a lot of my heat transfers from Stickers U, and that's an online business. And I've gotten them from other locations too, but Stickers U is the most popular one, and they're really, really inexpensive. And you can get them in all kinds of varieties of designs and so forth. The most common one that you see that I use on my gloves and stuff, I use this size right here. And you can make any size you want, from small to large. This is my larger one here, the Chineron. So you can make up pretty much your own design. It's not all that difficult to operate. I'll demonstrate that here shortly. But I just kind of wanted to go over these real quickly on what I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the film, and I'm going to go and jump right in this. Alright, so what I've got going on here is the temperature is at 325 degrees, and I have it set for 17 seconds. The 325 degrees is something that I found online. It seemed to be a good working temperature. And the 17 seconds, again, is just something that I found that works good for me. You may find it work differently for you. Sometimes when you get these heat transfers, it'll tell you what a good temperature range is in there, and I didn't get that on this one here. So again, with the heat transfers that I got from stickersu.com, I'm just going to peel these off and I'm going to put them on the material. So let's go ahead and we're going to go with the larger one here. This is designed for the hats, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the hat first. So just a roll run-of-the-mill hat. Get rid of the insert here, a piece of cardboard. And what you want to do is you want to place that in there like this. And this little lever here basically just holds the back of the hat down, so it keeps it nice and taut. One thing I have noticed, if you're going to be doing this in your garage or in a damp area, you want to make sure that this is all up to temperature. You don't want this to be damp at all. So then what you do is you just kind of fit that in there where you want it. And then I usually bring the handle down. I'm doing this left-handed so I can get a good shot of this with the temperature and everything for you. So hopefully you're going to be able to see everything. I bring this down and I count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just to kind of preheat it. Then go ahead and get your heat transfer. And you don't have to use a utility knife. It just seems to work better for me sometimes. Go ahead and take your heat transfer, lay it where you'd like it for it to go. It looks pretty good right there. And then it's going to come with a piece of wax paper. Basically, that's all it is. Parchment paper, I think they call it. You lay that down there like that. Bring down the handle. And then a timer will start to count down. And once it gets down to the bottom, to the less than 17 seconds, then it's going to go off and telling us to lift it up. I haven't done anything to the point where it burns anything yet, but go ahead and lift it up. Like that. Peel your parchment paper off. You push this handle down just to kind of release it. And pull your hat off. And there you go. One hat. It's kind of bright in here. Just like that. Alright. So now let's go ahead and do something a little bit differently. Let's go and grab, let's say, a stocking or something like that. So I'm going to just take this winter sock here. Let's say I need to identify that. It works good on these as well. Alright, same thing, just kind of preheat it, bring it down, preheat it a little bit, bring it back up, and I'm going to use these smaller ones here to ID it. And how this all came about was I had about 9 of my videos stolen online, and they used my videos, my how to make toy trucks, for several years before I caught them. And actually YouTube caught them and they notified me. And my son actually came up with the idea is, why don't you start putting your brand on your gloves? That way they can't steal the entire video. And that's what was happening, is they would steal just what they needed. They'd get the introduction out and then the ending out. And then they would use everything in between and then call it their own. So that's kind of how the idea came up with the gloves. The stockings, however, that wasn't why I did that. The reason why I did the stockings was just because it's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and hit one of these lights. Helps out a little bit. That white is just reflecting off from everything, so kind of get a better idea what's going on here. Alright, there's that one there. And then the gloves themselves. Okay, these are just some cheap dollar store gloves that you can get. Works the same way. Now I haven't actually tried these by pulling them over the top here like this. These ones here, I just kind of lay them down like this. Just kind of bring them in sort of like that. And I'm actually going to get my transfer ready. Alright, going to do the same thing. Just going to kind of preheat that a little bit. Bring it down. Preheat it a little bit. And there's all kinds of stuff online about these presses, so don't take mine and run with it. You may find somebody else that's got something a little bit better, works better for you. But this is just what's been working good for me. Same thing. Bring it down, let the timer go off, and then it should be transferred onto that glove, just like that. And there we have it. Another personalized glove, so no one can steal my gloves, or while I'm doing a video, they can see my hands working on something and they cannot steal the video itself. Alright. Now if you wanted to do a shirt, now this is real popular here. If you just wanted to do the sleeve itself, these are super simple to do, because all you have to do, again, is just take the sleeve and pull it over just like that. On the other presses that I showed you, I mean, you can still do it with those, but I just found that these here work the best. Go ahead. And then just place it where you'd like to have it. Put it right there. And there it is on the sleeve. Pretty cool. Well, we're all set. We got our gloves taken care of, our stockings taken care of, our sleeve on our shirt taken care of, and obviously the hat. if you're going to get into this and you want to try something that will do a little bit of everything, I would recommend this. They do make a model that sells a little bit of everything. One model do the cups, the shirts, and the hats and stuff like that. That's all fine. But I want one machine that does just one specific thing, and that's why I bought this. And I love it. As you can see, it does a lot of different things. I know this is not a general how-to video that I normally do, but I just thought it was kind of an exciting thing to show off. I've had people ask me about that, so that's why I had done this. Thanks an awful lot for kind of hanging in there with me, and we'll see you on the next one.